That music at Mass today was pretty upbeat, don't you agree?
I thought it sounded kind of goofy.
What's the matter? You don't like upbeat music?
Whether I like it or not is not the issue. After all, I like the Addams Family theme song. But would you say the Addams Family theme song is appropriate for Mass?
You mean there are different types of music?
Yes, there are many different styles of music. Different styles of music are appropriate in different circumstances.
Broadway-style music and other pop genres move me emotionally.
I'm glad to hear that. But that doesn't mean those styles are appropriate for the holy sacrifice of the Mass. I like techno music, but would you say that techno music is appropriate for Mass?
The way you talk, it almost seems like you think a certain type of music is meant to be used at Mass.
That's correct. The Second Vatican Council said Gregorian Chant is to be given pride of place at Mass.
Gregorian Chant is old.
So is the Bible.
Young people probably wouldn't like Gregorian Chant.
Actually, once young people are exposed to it, they learn chant and polyphony better than anyone else.
I feel like you're just making stuff up because you don't like pop music.
In 1967, the Catholic Church officially stated that those instruments which are, by common opinion and use, suitable for secular music only, are to be altogether prohibited from every liturgical celebration and from popular devotions.
How come you don't want to be entertained at Mass?
Cardinal Ahrens reminded us a few years ago that people don't come to Mass in order to be entertained. They come to Mass to adore God, to thank Him, to ask pardon for sins, and to ask for other things that they need.
I bet the recent popes don't agree with you.
You're wrong. John Paul II said that if music, instrumental and vocal, does not possess at the same time the sense of prayer, dignity, and beauty, it precludes entry into the sphere of the sacred and the religious.
You're probably taking Pope John Paul II out of context.
John Paul II went on to say, with regard to compositions of liturgical music, remember that the more closely a composition for church approaches in its movement, inspiration, and savor the Gregorian melodic form, the more sacred and liturgical it becomes, and the more out of harmony it is with that supreme model, the less worthy it is of the temple.
Is this emphasis on Gregorian chant and polyphony something the Church only recently invented?
Pope Pius XII wrote in 1955 that the chants and sacred music which are immediately joined with the Church's liturgical worship should be conducive to the lofty end for which they are intended.
I seem to remember reading something from the Sacred Congregation of Rites. I think from 1958.
What did you read?
They said the difference between sacred and secular music must be taken into consideration. Some musical instruments, such as the classic organ, are naturally appropriate for sacred music. But there are some instruments which, by common estimation, are so associated with secular music that they are not at all adaptable for sacred use.
Yes, and they went on to say that those instruments are to be played with such seriousness and religious devotion that every suggestion of raucous secular music is avoided, and the devotion of the faithful is fostered.
I guess it makes sense that music written by people in the 20th century should not replace Catholic music which has been refined for well over 1,000 years.
That is correct. Just give it a try, and you will love it.